Enter the Dragon Horde! Hello folks, welcome to Cover, where I, your resident dragon, hoarder of TTRPG books, reads every single TTRPG book I own, at least 5,000, cover to cover, and talk to you about them. To start this series off, we're going with Black Future, Emancipation of Stars by Quinn Murphy, found in the Griot Anthology. But before we dive further into that, introductions! Hey folks, my name is VJ Harris. My pronouns are they, them, he, him, and something funny. I'm a full-time tabletop role-playing designer and professional game master. You might recognize my name from things such as MCDM Productions, Arcadia, Flea Mortals, or An Elf and Cat Little Baby, volumes 1 through 4. Okay, introduction done, let's get back to it. Thought Crime Games believes that imagination is for everyone, and in keeping with that spirit, they are releasing the first Griot Anthology, a zine celebrating the brilliant works of Black TTRPG game designers. Utilizing the powerful medium of roleplay, this anthology holds space for intersectional Blackness in the past, present, and future, giving us the opportunity to tell our own unique stories and share our unique perspectives. The first volume of the Griot Anthology includes Black Future, Come Out From Your Grave, Intergalactic Tease, Midnight Train Ticket, Mines, Neighborhood Robots, and Right Breakers. But today, we're talking about Black Future, Emancipation of Stars. When Earth began to burn, Black people and everyone else with the mission in their hearts traveled in soul ships, searching for the freedom that eluded them on Earth. The harrowing turn of years provided no comforts, but persistence did its work. Eventually, they got free. Free to live and to love as desired, free to choose paths well or less traveled, free to exist without the weight of strife wrapped around the neck. They became the free people, traveling and settling on new worlds, pushing further and further into the unknown and unexplored. That was long ago. At this moment, you are navigators, free people who travel the universe to advance the mission. Be free and free others. Your soul ship, augmented with AW, Ancestral Wisdom, is equipped to send your discoveries and adventures to other free people so they can benefit and learn from your work. Opportunities and threats exist in equal measure as you travel, but the greatest danger is one from the place the free people left, the Ash. After the Earth finished burning, malevolent spirits, still intent on control and domination, rose to wander space. Inexorably drawn towards the free people, the Ash will corrupt, influence, and possess anyone to spread stagnation and control to every world they can. Navigators go on their journeys using their skills, hearts, and imagination to spread the mission and fight the Ash wherever they can. We play this game to build their narratives. We play to tell stories of a Black future that could be. Black Future is a Caltrop core game, and before I keep talking about Black Future, let's talk about the Caltrop core game system for just a moment. The Caltrop core game is a simple rule system meant to encourage people to start making games. It uses a number of D4s depending on how the game works, and the results are as followed, unless otherwise modified. 1. Absolute failure. You don't get what you want and things get a lot worse. 2. Partial failure. You don't get what you want. Asterisk, new optional version as of version 1.2. Partial failure. You don't get what you want, but you gain a benefit. 3. Partial success. You get what you want, but things get complicated. 4. Absolute success. You get what you want and more. And that's the Caltrop system. If you're interested in checking that out further, there is a bit more to it. Check out the link in the description. Now, back to Black Future. As I said, Black Future is a Caltrop core-based game for 3 to 5 players, taking 2 to 4 hours. One of the players takes on the role of the Ancestral Wisdom, AW, and the rest of the players are navigators. You will need several D4s to play. The AW will want media on hand, a song player, recordings, poetry, books, etc. To start off with players, do some world building, creating what the intergalactic society of the free people is like. The world building doesn't stop there. Using the Marvel table, players will describe things based on their D4 roll. Something no one worries about anymore, a grand social achievement, a grand technological achievement, a notable event in the free people's history. Now, there's 4 stats in this game. Seeing, use this when you want to see the truth in phenomena, intentions, or actions. Thinking, use this when solving puzzles or riddles, or when you need to know or remember something. Feeling, use this when interacting with others to help them or to steer them your way. Doing, use this when you need to take physical action. Each navigator starts with 1 in each stat and can have a maximum of 4. If a navigator ever has 4 in a stat at the end of the session, the navigator must start their own voyage and a new one is made. Each navigator has 3 resilience, which determines how much mental or physical stress they can endure. If a navigator loses all resilience, they are out of play. The soul ship awakens another navigator from cryosleep to join the voyage. Now, There's 4 specialties. Storyteller, add 1 to feeling or to seeing. Warrior, add 1 to doing or resilience. Builder, add 1 to thinking or doing. Magician, add 1 to seeing or give your AW 1 extra wisdom die on each voyage. Failure and success is determined by what you roll. Yeah, I know that's true for every single dice game. 1, critical failure. Your approach goes very wrong, you lose 1 resilience and gain 0 success. 2, failure, something goes wrong, you gain 0 successes. 3, success, your approach works well, you gain 1 success. And 4, critical success, your approach works better than you expect, you gain 3 successes. Now, your voyage starts with your navigators on their soul ship. A soul ship is a generational starship capable of light speed travel for short bursts. It keeps a small crew of navigators awake at all times and keeps many others in a state of cryosleep to be awoken when new crew are needed or when a new home is found. It is capable of intergalactic communication. It has enough energy to sustain itself infinitely in space or to terraform a suitable planet to sustain life. When a soul ship settles on a planet, it can never travel again. A voyage is made up of a number of encounters equal to the number of navigators in play. Instead of an artificial intelligence, a soul ship has ancestral wisdom, AW. The ancestral wisdom is a magic tech computer where the wisest and most accomplished of the free people willingly provide their teachings and wisdom upon death. Whereas an AI tells you what you want to know, an AW tells you what you need to hear in a form you need to hear it. AW doesn't speak directly, but through arts, proverbial wisdom, and asking the right questions of the navigator who asks them a question. When in an encounter, each navigator gets to make a roll to handle it. Once that's happened, you tally the number of successes and compare it to the intensity, which is determined by the number of navigators minus 1. Alright, so there's 4 outcomes which can happen based on how the encounter goes. The first is a tragic outcome, the worst thing that can happen while allowing the navigators to carry on. Poor outcome, the outcome is less than desirable, but only 1 very negative thing happens. Good outcome, the encounter ends with mild or no negative effects and mostly desirable events. And grand outcome, the encounter goes even better than planned, while a few positive events that were expected happen as well. There's also a growth phase where you can increase your seeing, thinking, feeling, doing, or recover resilience. Resilience does not re-up, recharge between encounters. Once all the encounters have been met, the voyage ends. The navigators then decide if they found a home or if the journey continues. If the former soul ship uses its resources to become a dream tree, able to terraform to make the planet habitable, the people aboard in cryosleep awaken and a new society begins. Each navigator describes 1 feature of the society they will build. Those navigators can't be played again. If the voyage continues, the soul ship travels on. The navigators can be used for another session. I love the premise. I love the simple mechanics. I'm a little stressed at the idea of only answering things with quotes from books, poems, and songs. Obviously, I don't have to do that. It's an option, but I'm gonna do it when I play it to get the full experience. So my pre-playing this game recommendation is to check it out. I will be playing this game with friends, so as soon as that happens, I'll make a follow-up video on the actual gameplay. Well, that's all for now, folks. See you. Oh wait, nope, one more thing. There we go. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Peace out.